All right, welcome back to another episode of Zero to Hero Live. My name is Mike Fallett, and this is the show that helps you keep chasing that hero of yours. I built the #1 book creation service, and I started from zero. It's all about storytelling, but you know what? I didn't do this on my own, and when I met the right people, that's when my business exploded. So, how did it explode? It all started with online presence. I grew this entire company with an online presence. But when I went to the 10X Growth Con in Vegas, not this past year, but the year prior, all of a sudden my business really took off. It was there that I made the decision to hire a full-time assistant. Ashley, shout out to you. It was there I made a lot of connections that basically live on to this day. And it was there that I met some people who became part of our organization. So if you have an event out there that changed your life, I want to hear a story. So there's a lot of people that tell me, Mike, I really want to go to an event. Which event should I go to? I'm telling you right now, 10X Growth Con changed my business, changed my life. I was out wandering the halls and I ran into a person. Like I would go around and hand out business cards and books and everything constantly. And I came across a young lady named Jackie Toops. We just started talking about book writing. Turns out she's a writer. I needed an extra writer at that time. She became an instrumental piece to the business at the very perfect moment. That was just one piece of it all. So yeah, everybody out there who's looking to grow their business, I truly believe you could do it all online. But you can take it to the next level when you go to an event. So if you have an event that you went to recently, these past couple years, or maybe years ago that changed your life, I want to hear about it. Because I'm trying to coax my team and other people to go to these events. Because what happens whenever you go out there and you meet these people in person, it does something to your business. It does something to your mindset. It does something to your team's mindset that you're committed to it. And then that's another way I look at it. It's almost like a cover charge for a bar. You know how when you go to a bar that has a cover charge, they're kind of eliminating the riffraff, if you will. If you go to free events or low-cost events, there's going to be people who are not serious about their business. But if you pay a lot of money to go to these events, whether it's the hotel or the tickets, and they're going to be there for a while and they're spending a lot of money, you're going to get people who are committed to their vision. And guess what? Those are the type of people you want to do business with. 10X Growth Con changed my business. Go back a couple more years, I went to a Rich Dad Poor Dad seminar. That changed my mindset. That allowed me to open up my credit cards to have a balance where I could actually live off of it when shit hit the fan. So Rich Dad Poor Dad was probably 2008. That changed my business forever. It's 11 years ago. Rich Dad Poor Dad, I spent no money there, but it got me to think in a whole new way. So if you're out there and you have an event that you went to, please, I want to hear your stories on this. Because my team, people I work with, I say it all the time. You need to start to travel and meet these people. Well, Mike, I could build my business online completely. I did too, but I was only able to play at a certain level until I could only go higher once I made the stronger relationships. Point I want to make here is that you can't build a solid relationship, a real solid one that somebody's going to fight for you and kill for you and die for you in the trenches until you get to meet them. Whenever I went to 10X Growth Con, I saw my clients for the very first time. I worked with them, did a book with them, finished our job together, and then I would go and meet with them for the very, very first time. So what happened was I met a man like Chris Rood. Chris Rood, for the very first time in person, I met him in Vegas. And whenever I started talking to him and he saw that I was a real guy, even though he paid me money to help him with his book, and our relationship became a little bit stronger. And now I'm going to be going down to his event, which is in New Orleans, December 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'll be speaking there. And it just goes to show you that you really can't build that via computer. You can do it to a certain degree. You might not know if they're real or not. But if they are, coming to see you, or if they go to these events and you build these relationships, these are relationships that could last a long time. And they might be connected to individuals all over the map. And they can connect you with other people who are as like-minded, as driven, as committed as you. So call in, guys. If you're out there and you went to an event that changed your life, please, I want to hear your thoughts on these things, because I meet people all the time who are building their online businesses, their podcasts. They make no effort to go and meet these people. It's mind-blowing, dude. It scares me that people will not take the initiative to go and travel and meet them in person. Give you another example. So by going to Vegas, meeting Chris Ruud, here we go. We got one. Hello, this is Mike. You're on Zero to Hero Live. We're talking about your favorite event that changed your life. Who is this?
This is Ali. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Ali Hassib. What's up, man?
Doing excellent. What about yourself, buddy? How you been?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for calling in. I know that you're a big event goer. You have a book coming out called Create Your Frequency. Guys, to let you in on a little bit, I know Ali Hassib. He's one of my clients. He's putting out a book called Create Your Frequency this month. So stay tuned for that. But Ali, what type of event have you gone to? And I know you go to a lot that changed your business, changed your life, changed your mindset, something.
Man, there's so many events. I believe, like, we both, me and Sean, my co-author, we both did traditional education. Both got degrees.
Nice.
He actually got his master's at 21. So we believe in traditional education, but we also believe in self-education. So we're always doing going to seminars and conferences that help us better our mindset, increase our network, learn some soft and hard skills. But the event I want to talk about real quick is I went to one of the music festivals. We've actually been together. We've been to about 60 of them.
60. That's 60.
30-some states, several countries. Exactly, yeah, 60. And the crazy thing is, coming from diverse backgrounds, we experience a lot of love and unity at these festivals, which is crazy to see, because you see people from different walks of life, different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And they pretty much came together for one common goal, which was listening to different artists, discovering music, having a good time. And we have so many stories. Like the one I want to mention is a couple years ago, I won a fully paid trip from Ticketmaster for describing a story. I was like writing, that's why I became a client. So we wrote a quick little snippet on a picture that I took, and what had happened was there's a huge crowd, about 40,000 people, and the DJ actually stopped the music because he saw someone in a wheelchair trying to dance to his music. So he's like, everyone bring him to the front. And so what happened was the whole crowd picked up the guy in the wheelchair, and they crowd surfed him all the way to the front. And as he's passing me, I take the picture from the back, and the picture was crazy. He's like throwing his hands up, he has the lasers going off. But I wrote a little snippet on that piece, and it was about, doesn't matter what worries he had, what stress he had, he put all of it aside to go to this music festival despite his his
disadvantages.
And
yeah,
at that moment, he was not handicapped at all, man. Everyone came together. They picked him up. He crossed him to the front, and the crowd stopped. They cheered. It was crazy to see. And then from that moment, I felt like a lot of love. I felt a lot of unity, and it gave me hope for the human race. That love will conquer all, despite all the differences. There's more similarities and the things that unify us, and then that means you can apply that towards business, religion, politics, whatever. Just studying anthropology, the human culture in general. So,
man, I'm getting chills.
They gave me a fully paid trip, and it was amazing, man.
I'm getting chills just by you talking about that.
Exactly, I got chills that moment.
I remember you telling me this.
Give me an event.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this in the book interview process. I was getting chills then, but now, I mean, that's in your book. I want people to pick up this book when it comes out and you're fully ready to promote this, because that right there, you can kind of take that and apply it to anything. When shit hits the fan or some type of disadvantage comes your way, there are people around you who could lift you up and all of a sudden maybe help you forget about that disadvantage. Maybe you're not a good speaker, maybe you're not a good writer, and all of a sudden you get the people around you, they can lift you up, and all of a sudden you're free.
Exactly, man. The thing is, like, not just in music festivals, anything. You just got to surround yourself with people that, bring you up, lift you higher, make you smarter, whether it's smarter, richer, happier in general. That's the only people you got to be surrounding yourself with. That's
exactly right, man. Great story. Great story. So Now, do you go to these events for the mindset more than the network? I've realized I'm going more for the network than the mindset anymore. I've come to a realization that my weakness is that not enough people know me and I don't know enough people. So that's where I focus. But what do you go for?
So they say that it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you, right?
Damn right.
So
Damn
it's all
right.
about when you go, you network, you connect. Doesn't matter if it's a music festival, it's a conference, if it's, 10X Growth Con, doesn't matter. You want to go and connect with these people that have similar mindsets. They're trying to achieve similar goals. They'll have the similar schedules and the discipline, and you can learn things from each other. So absolutely, it's all about the network. And I highly recommend diversify. Just like you have to diversify your income, diversify the experiences you bring yourself by going to events, whether it's music festivals, any conference, any seminar, anything. Go to all the MLM meetings. Go to all the
Hell yeah.
Go to all the speaking conferences. Go to all of them because you'll learn something from everybody.
Exactly, man. And you guys, you and your business partner, I believe you both shared putting on an event. Did you guys put your own event on like last year or earlier this year?
We've thrown a couple, everything from small, networking events to huge conferences. We threw a couple. We were a part of one called Full Scaling. We did the entire branding for.
Yeah.
And it was a real estate event called a bunch of speakers from the United States, all over the country, come to teach people. 300 people in the crowd, rented out in the Marriott, in the Woodlands, and crazy event. But again, putting the value on attending these events that increase your mindset, because a lot of people, they have the misconception after they're done with school, they stop learning. Fuck that. I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. We don't pull punches here.
You want to continue learning, man. Whether it's books, conferences, people like yourself, man, connecting the dots because you're really resourceful, and that's what you're doing. You're connecting the dots. So appreciate all that you're doing for the community.
Love it, man. Yeah. So I highly recommend, guys. If Ali, you can actually tag yourself down below. Follow this guy, solid individual. And to be honest with you, Ali, you might have heard from my assistant. Of all the covers that we've ever done, my assistant Ashley thinks your cover is the best cover she's ever seen. So that's my assistant network.
Definitely let us know that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
I appreciate it, man.
great stuff, man. Great stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for calling. Let's stay in touch here. You got your book coming out in a week or so.
Appreciate it, man. Good luck. Y'all listen to Mike, man. Whatever he has to say, y'all better connect with Mike. Otherwise, good luck.
You got it, dude.
All right, brother.
Thanks, man. See ya. He nailed it. Guys, if you're out there and you're trying to build a business, start going to events. Some of them are free. It's not just all about paying money for it. Like, I don't want you guys get across and say, oh, I have to pay money to go to these events. The goal is to just build relationships, all right? And nobody's going to think that you're really taking it seriously until you start going to these things and showing up. And I'm a big believer in network marketing now. What you get from going to these events, you learn about systems, you learn about how to speak, you learn how to introduce people, how to resonate with a crowd. You can become a speaker. You can actually, at these small events, I'm talking about 20, 30, 40 people events, you can start to do this stuff. But when you go to these big events and you start to work with these individuals and maybe just get to know them and you start to show up, it's almost like your favorite bar down the street. I want you guys to remember this. So when you go to your favorite bar down the street every day or every week, they get to know, like, and trust you at a higher level than anything else. And so if you ever need anything, a favor done, hey, I'm having a group of people come in. No worries, man. You're my guy. We'll take care of you. It's the same thing with these events. If you start to just show up at these events and be in person with these individuals, they're willing to say, okay, I know, like, and trust you more. I'm willing to do more with you and for you. We got another one calling in here. Hello, this is Mike. You're on Zero to Hero Live. I'd love to hear about an event that changed your life. Who is this?
Hey, Mike. This is Jackie. How are you?
Hey, what's up? Hold on. Wait a second. I might lose. There you are. You there, Jackie?
Yes.
There we go. Somebody else is calling in. I had to click it off. Jackie Toops, everybody. Jackie Toops. I was just speaking with Barbara Allen. You know Barbara Allen.
I do.
And we were on a podcast earlier and we were talking about how we met. And I tell everybody 10X Growth Con changed my business. Am I right?
Absolutely. I can say the exact same. I met you there at 10X Growth Con in Vegas. And I had been writing from home, just doing some freelance work here and there. And you approached me. And ever since then, I started working with you, ghostwriting books, doing some editing, and doing all sorts of amazing work, I definitely increased my earnings, my connections, and I ended up meeting Elena Cardone, all because of that event. So
unbelievable.
Connected me with Barb. Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
So you had no connections with Elena Cardone the year that I met you. The following year, you're hanging out with her in the ladies' circle. Am I right?
I absolutely was. And you know why? It was because I saw her at that first 10X GrowthCon event and connected with her. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to drop her a line on Instagram and see what happens. And we ended up chatting for about a year or so. And I was able to interview her with their hero ticket that they featured on ArmyLife101.com, which was free tickets for military first responders to their last growth conference in Miami. I got to meet Elena in person, and she connected me with Barb Allen, who is the amazing host of American Snippets, which you were just on today. And this all started because I decided to get out of my comfort zone, fly out to a conference, and boom, here we are.
It means so much to go to these events. It just shows that you're more serious about your business and maybe where you're going in life than the other person who doesn't buy the ticket, doesn't buy the hotel, and doesn't stay 2 or 3 days in a foreign area. Am I right? It just shows you're different.
So true. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're going to encounter so many people who, it's amazing. I found a lot of like-minded individuals who are out there who I wouldn't have met otherwise. And then some other people who you're like, oh, wow, you've got some very different ideas, but we can collaborate and do something that, again, you wouldn't have done if you'd stayed, in your hometown necessarily.
Right. You know me, and I know what you do. You're big into interacting online. It's not as if you got to neglect that completely. That is one step in the road, but it's going to be nothing compared to shaking someone's hand and meeting them in person, right?
Exactly. That face-to-face actual human connection means so much. And when people are just, if you're trying to work with someone and they're just connecting with you only a mind through LinkedIn, for example, or any social media, sure, it's great and all, but if you say, oh, wait, I met you at that event, definitely they get classified in a different level, and you prioritize them, they prioritize you. And so I absolutely think that getting out of your comfort zone and attending events can really be life-changing.
Do you have any events that you got planned this upcoming year, 2020 even?
2020, no, not yet.
Okay.
you're ahead of me, but I did attend another conference after that, which was the Military Influencer Conference, and that was the same year as 10X GrowthCon. And oh my gosh, I made so many connections and got a lot of wonderful people to interview for podcasts. They interviewed me. I got a lot of writing work. So, I mean, there's something to be said for going to these events.
It's fascinating. You remember whenever I would just walk around, just shake people's hands? I mean, it's not as if I was going to actually watch the speeches. I just wanted to shake people's hands in the back rooms. That's how I met you.
Yes.
That's how I met probably 20 of my clients. That's how I met Eric Konalov. I can never say the last name. Konolalov.
Another one.
Yeah, that's right, because you're good friends with him too.
I met him through Barb at the Miami 10X GrowthCon. He was sitting right in front of me, and then it turned out we ended up flying home, and he sat in front of me on our flight, and
That's
we were going back
right.
to the exact same airport.
That's when you saw him wearing a Started From Zero hat, I think, right?
Yes. So we both had the Started From Zero hats, thanks to you, and thanks to seeing you at the 10X GrowthCon in Miami.
That's great.
Everybody keeps looking back up. I mean, there's a reason.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The speakers are amazing, yes, but boy, the attendees, that's where I think the power really is, because that's when you can really network and get somewhere.
Have you ever seen the movie The Color of Money, Jackie?
Gosh. If I did, it would have been a long time ago.
It's about Tom Cruise. He's a pool player. And he's like the champion pool player, and he goes up against the champion. All right. And he loses. And you find out he loses on purpose, because what he was taught early on and what he learns along the way is that the money is always made in the back rooms. And I kind of apply that to go into these events, that you don't make your money by sitting in that chair. You make your money by meeting the people in the back rooms face to face and working it that way. And I think that that's how I was able to grow business, faster than doing it online. It was more of making connections. And it sounds like you made strides with your business, with the Army Wife podcast, all that, just by being in the back room with the right people.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that.
So thank you so much, Jackie. I appreciate you jumping on here. I love to hear from callers, especially people I respect the hell out of, just like you. So thank you.
Thank you. All because we met at a conference.
Events change your life, guys. That's it.
I will. Thanks, Mike.
See you, Jackie. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You see, you could build everlasting relationships. I never would have met her. I never would have met anybody that she's associated with. They know that I'm a real guy now. I might be completely just faking all of this, but whenever you're out in front of people and you're carrying around your products and services or testimonials in hand, and you go up and you shake people's hand in person at these events, you stand out any which way, you're going to get a leg up from your competition here. So do what is necessary to get to these events. Start off slow, start off very inexpensively, but start to go to these big ones. Go to the 10X Growth Cons. Go to the Chris Ruud Skillathon, which is number 2, December 6th through the 8th in New Orleans. If you have any inclination to grow your business, start going to these. I met Mark Evans, which his book is right underneath it here, Magician vs. Mule. We started to do business all because of my connection with Chris Ruud. And the same thing happens over and over and over. And then when I met Mark Evans in person, when I drove up to Cleveland to see him in person to do a video about his book, then he realized that I was, willing to travel for my business. So we built a relationship even stronger that way. In-person stuff can't be faked. It's the real deal. You travel, takes time, a lot of energy, but it's almost like that cover charge. If it's a little harder, it's a little bit more expensive, the barriers of entry are a little bit more difficult, you're going to get better quality people. When you start to raise prices with your products and services, you're going to start to see a different clientele come in. And you don't want to turn off people completely, but you get a level of commitment every time you raise prices. It starts to go up a little bit more. Because where you put your money is where you put your attention. And if you spend $1,000 and you go to an event, by God, you're going to pay attention. You're going to try harder. You're going to do what is necessary to make the right connections to get that money back. So I recommend it. Get out there, get to events. I'll be in December 6th through the 8th in New Orleans. There's people we're working with in network marketing. They have something big going on in Long Beach, California. I was supposed to go there. We're sending Jean-Claude Van Damme out. He's going to be there. All kinds of events that are happening right now. Anthony Lawley, I tried to get him on for a little FaceTime live today. He's got a big event that he's going to. He's putting on December 7th. It's all about his body transformation. Multi-millionaire, lost like 200 and some pounds. It's called Radical Transformations. Tons of people who lost a lot of weight. He's putting on December 7th. Get around these people. It'll change your life. Until next time, my name is Mike Fallett. I started from zero. And you know what? If you stay long enough in that hunt, in that chase, you could capture that hero of yours. So stay at it. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much.